Alright everyone, my name is Costa Zachos. I'll be showing you my senior capstone project today. So here's my docs page. I'm just going to get started and actually go right into it because my product is linked with a couple other important links that I can show you guys and that will introduce what it's all about. While that loads, pretty much what I've done is developed a 18-week workout and diet regimen. The goal is to, the goal was to be a little bit different. That was one of my problems that I encountered was, a diet regimen is pretty standard, or a workout regimen, it's pretty basic, there's not very many ways to differentiate it. So the goal was to make it so there was something different about it. And what I did was, here, you don't need a gym membership. You don't really need any unrealistic amounts of free time each day. You don't really need like as much money or it's supposed to be financially sound, this regimen, because a lot of people will use the excuse that they don't have time on their hands, they don't have the ability to do that. And this, but really fitness is in a lot more, it's in a closer grasp than a lot of people think. So to begin with, why you guys should care about getting fit, which kind of ties into my research paper. For my research topic, I decided to discuss the problems in the modern schooling systems with regards to physical fitness and their physical education courses. So, and I feel that a lot of cases, teachers don't really push the standard as high as they should, because if you've ever taken a personal fitness class, it's one semester out of how many semesters you have in high school career? 8 semesters. One semester out of that is all it really requires you to do, and it really doesn't push the drive you to be successful as far as a individual and take care of yourself as much as they stress it for academics. So yeah, to begin with, over here is some basic global cases of health issues that pretty much usually anyone in the room at any time, at any room you're standing in, is probably going to be experiencing. And they're all could be linked to, not necessarily linked to problems in your health, which of course can be aided, not cured. There's no cure for a lot of things, but if you exercise and you put in a lot of work into your daily life with health, and you start eating right, a lot of these issues can be at least reduced, and like I said, they're very prevalent throughout the population. So my philosophy with the regimen is, you need to enhance your mental well-being. When you work out and when you eat right, you're gonna look good and you're gonna feel good. It's a phenomenon. You look good, you feel good. You're gonna reduce your stress. You're gonna reduce endorphins, and you're gonna find yourself you're gonna find your sense of self more. You'll be more confident with things. If you've ever gone through a successful day of dieting, some people might just eat one meal that they liked, and it was something they accomplished and they felt good about. It's a sense of security and it's a sense of self. Physiology, you're obviously going to prevent lethal diseases, supplement your bodily functions and aesthetics, become a more efficient version of yourself. That's a big goal for this. People ask, why do you care about health? Why are you working out? Well, the simplest answer you can give them is to be the best version of yourself. And mortality. Your time is limited. Why wouldn't you fulfill your potential? It's like, people say, you only live once, and some people take that to the low, and some people take it to the high. It's like, yeah, you only live once, so you might as well, make the most out of it and increase the time you have. You reach new heights, leave it all out in the field. So like your life is the field. You have to shoot for as high as you can, because then by the time you're about to die, you're gonna have no regrets after that. You're gonna choose that lifestyle instead of choosing to be like, I wish I would have done this, wish I would have taken care of myself more, and not only, like I said, is it taking care of yourself health-wise, but it's going to help you mentally, which enhances your quality of life at the end of the day. So yeah, and everyone pretty much has these problems. The problems are prevalent throughout life. It's not just a problem in the United States. It's not just a problem in Georgia. It's not just a problem in this high school, or maybe not a problem at all. But everyone has. There's fitness all over the world, and it can be a way to interconnect and tie in a lot of diversity. So I think that's the end of my infogram. But back to my, where was I? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so briefly, I'll just scroll through it. But pretty much, like I said, the goal of this was to be very concise and simple. It's not something really, really complex to follow. It's really just a set of rules. So you guys might not be able to read that, but pretty much for the client who wants to look at this, it's pretty easy to follow. You're pretty much just reading it. You got 5 basic workouts that you need to follow, right? And you do it. You follow this regimen weekly, and for 18 weeks. And as it goes on, your goal is to challenge yourself a little bit more. And then as far as the diet goes, it's like a criteria and like a restriction list. It's not a set of, make this and then eat this. It's just kind of like, follow these criteria, and you pretty much, you're going to reach your goal. You don't have to make things very, very, complex. And I talk about like macronutrients and micronutrients. Really, a lot of the stuff is just choosing to clean your diet up, because people pretty much, they'll make a lot of excuses about what they eat, but at the end of the day, you pretty much know what is healthy and what isn't. Like you feel guilt when you eat something bad. So that's the basic philosophy behind this. But other than the product itself, to get into my facilitator a little bit and how I plan on, incorporating this into post-secondary education, I began this idea with, I wanted to do something that had to do with fitness, because first of all, I see myself engaging in a career with that later on, probably going to I'm going to UGA, and I'm planning on doing some sort of either therapeutic, like physical therapy physical therapy. And even though this is not physical therapy, it's a lot lower than that. It's going, definitely branches in. It has origins in this, and being able to understand how to have charisma with your patients and be able to get along with them is a very, very big aspect. And that was one of my other biggest things was this product. The main thing I probably learned from the project, because I decided to engage in something that I felt I was going to, embark on for a career later on, and that was fitness. So I wasn't really having to learn stretch as far as the subject, but the biggest learning stretch for me as far as the actual project itself was probably collaborating with another individual, which was my project facilitator. His name is Donovan Pannone. He owns his own gym, and he's owned many previous gyms. He opened them himself. He was a big help, but because I'm very much an individual when I work. I don't really like to get involved too much, because I see like a lot of stuff can get skewed over. But so that was honestly something that was a lot bigger when I was able to work with him, because he owns a wrestling gym right now, and so it was very accessible to a lot of his advice, because he'd clearly been exposed to that, so he was a big help. But like I said, as far as post-secondary, the physical therapy programs at UGA are pretty, reputable. So I'm planning on taking that to the next level here. I'm pretty much thinking that's it, but unless you guys have any questions.
And so what do you plan on doing exactly after high school?
So, for the physical therapy, if I wanted to go in real depth with what I want to do after high school, I'll go to my resume real quick, and pretty much, where is that at? There it is. Okay, so pretty much, the plan, if I were to take the route of, you know, a better quality of life for me and do something that I love like this, which is a very, very realistic route, I will endorse the physical therapy industry and pretty much go that route. But I also have a couple other plans that I might decide to do. So where did I put that? Aspirations to acquire a bachelor's degree in one of the above mentioned fields. So in some medical, health, or social science discipline, if I went with the medical health field, it would definitely be physical therapy. And eventually hoping not to just work under someone, branch out and start my own kind of business or a partnership with someone. But if I decided to take a really, really lucrative route, although physical therapy is pretty decently paying, I could travel in the direction of like computer science, but that's pretty much unrelated to my senior project. I have a lot of different routes, and at the time I'm, you could say undecided, but I have options that I've created and haven't necessarily committed to each one. But the senior project definitely helped me decide which one I would like to, you know, figure out. So, pretty much. If that's it, then I'll thank you guys for coming out and, you know, looking at my project. Thank you very much.